Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had piles and piles of kittens everywhere. Actually, 2 litters, a total of 7 kittens, so that's kind of adorable. But also, one of our litters, pale kittens, so Crocus Kit, Fake Kit, and Reek Kit, are going to be turning 6 moons old in a second here and becoming apprentices. So they will be joining, I suppose, Midnight Paw, Plum Paw, and Rat Paw in like patrols when we go out. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with that, who Lystar is gonna assign as their mentors, and also whether or not their personalities might change a bit. Also how they're gonna look. I'm intrigued by that. So let's not waste any time and actually dive straight into events. So let's skip a moon. With the heightened focus of the clan, 13 additional pieces of prey were gathered. During the gathering, Dark Pounds flatters Shade Clan to no end. By the end of the night, Shade Clan's leader seems more annoyed by the attention than grateful. Okay, Shade Clan relations have worsened, but thankfully they're still allies. We'll try and befriend Link's clan. Let's see. Oh guys, finally! Finally, Dark Pounds and Nectarrock broke up. I guess they just couldn't stand it anymore. They couldn't stand being together anymore. And I think it's most definitely Nectarrock who broke up with Dark Pounds. I want to jump into the mediator and like the mediation screen and kind of check up on that, just to confirm what I think I already know. But guys, that was the limit, finally. I mean, they stuck together for a long time. Okay. Lystar tells himself that he can't let these feelings consume him. Instead, he has to learn to live with it. And I think this was his grief from losing his close friend, Cloudy Snarl. And, now he's back on his feet. Hopefully he manages to stay there. I feel like something or other is always sending Lystar into the medicine cat den. And he's been absent as a leader for a long time, which I don't remember Mistar being. I feel like Mistar was rarely absent from anything. Okay, Lystar, oh great. Is that gonna take him out of... Is that gonna take him out from being able to do anything? Lystar has gotten green cough. Great. Plume Stripe gazes up into Silverpelt and finds that finally the grief has begun to lessen. Okay, Plume Stripe has been recovering from the grief of losing his mother. Crocus Paw excitedly touches nose with a new mental Plume Stripe, looking quite eager to start training. Oh, that's adorable. So Crocus Paw has been assigned to Plume Stripe. How exciting is that? And I want to take a look at Crocus Paw straight off the bat. Okay, Crocus Paw, looking cute. Now, she's confident and quick-witted. That is adorable. She was the forgotten kind of child in her litter, but it seems as though she has gotten quite confident just like her father. And I suppose with Crocus Paw, it seems as though she doesn't have the same sort of complex. I don't know if complex is the right word, but she doesn't have the same sort of inferiority that Plum Paw does. Because Crocus Paw and Plum Paw are both the forgotten kittens in their litters. But Plum Paw, she became cunning and competitive with Midnight Paw, and then a lot of the drive she has to do well as an apprentice comes from wanting validation from people, her parents, Whereas with Crocus Paw, it seems as though that hasn't affected her in the same way. She's just found her own confidence, like inner confidence, without validation from others. But it's kind of nice that she is now being apprenticed to Plume Stripe, so I think, you know what, I actually was talking in the previous episode about how Plume Stripe has no friends. He doesn't have any connections with his lone relative. His sister, is not that close to him, and now she's made it to Slowfleck and is on the path to falling in love with Slowfleck, and Slowfleck doesn't like Plume Stripe, so Plume Stripe is feeling even more lonely. So I think it's kind of adorable that he got assigned, an apprentice. And I'm wondering if Lystar sees his loneliness and is thinking that, one of his daughters, Crocus Paw, since she was a forgotten child as well, more or less, that maybe she will be able to get along well with Plume Stripe, and this will be really good for both of them. So I'm actually excited. I hope Plumestripe is able to become good friends with Crocus Paw. I think that would be adorable. But he has some company now. Okay. Crocus Paw, oh no, took a tumble off a rock while practicing her battle moves. She'll be a bit tender for the next few days. So that's what her injury was, because it did say she was injured. She has bruises. Oh no. That's not good. This is her... I don't think she's going to be able to go out. I mean, her sprite hasn't changed, but I don't think she'll be able to go out on patrols. She might? We'll see. We'll see. But that's unfortunate. Surprising Dog Pounce, the first thing that Figpaw does after his apprentice ceremony is gather moss, just to make sure everyone has fresh bedding. Okay, hold on a second. Figpaw is Gracewipe's child, isn't he? Wait, was he apprenticed to Dog Pounce? Hold on a second. He was! Oh, he looks pretty. Guys, Figpaw actually looks quite pretty. I think he looks prettier than Crocus Paw. Like his coat. And I can like tell his silver eyes apart a bit more now, I think. But he looks cute. He's strict. He's a strict mossball hunter. Okay. And Figpaw, I think, was the know-it-all when he was young. And he was Gracewipe's favorite child. Oh, that's interesting. So his father assigned him to the deputy. And actually, I think Dog Pounce is also lonesome. You know what, guys? I feel like Lystar, it feels as though with his children, he's kind of looking for the mentors or looking for cats who are kind of, you know, up there in age or they're lonely. Well, not up there in age because Plumestripe is very young. But he's looking for cats who are lonely and he is assigning them as mentors for his kids. Huh. It's kind of interesting. Maybe because his litter was a very boisterous litter, and maybe he feels like they need someone quieter and more, you know, calm to balance them out. But okay, Figpaw has been assigned to Dog Pounce. And I think this will be good for Dog Pounce. Maybe she can get a little bit of help as deputy because she's kind of in over her head with all the responsibilities she's having to take on her shoulders since Lystar is like always down. Okay, Reedpaw fidgets impatiently beside Dog Pounce as she waits for the meeting to end. She's finally an apprentice. She wants to hurry up, get out there, and go, go, go. Oh, guys, so this is interesting with Lystar, because it seems as though Lystar has a habit of assigning 2 kittens to a mentor where he can. Because apparently, Reedpaw, who also actually looks very, very pretty, her pelt is very pretty, she's childish with an active imagination, but she's also been assigned to Dog Pounce. Okay. So, just like Gracewipe, Dog Pounce actually has 2 apprentices, Figpaw and Reedpaw. And then Gracewipe has Plumpaw and Ratpaw. Okay. Okay. Well, hey, Dog Pounce is a lonely cat, and now she has 2 apprentices. So, good for her. I wonder how that's gonna work out, because one of her apprentices is... Actually, that is so funny, because Figpaw is strict and his sister is childish, so I feel like they would clash a lot. Like, Figpaw would want to follow exactly what the mentor is saying, and Reedpaw would probably put up a fuss. Okay, and Rainkit believes he's meant for something greater. I'm sure you are, Rainkit. I'm sure you are, you itty-bitty, adorable little thing. But oh wow, okay, yeah, Figpaw and Reedpaw definitely look a lot prettier as adolescents. I actually think they look prettier than Crocus Paw as adolescents. But wow, how interesting. I've never ever had a situation where, you know, obviously with Gracewipe, but before this clan, before this point, I've never really had a situation where we've had 2 apprentices assigned to a single mentor. And you know the funny thing, I'm pretty sure also in the last episode when we were sending the cats out on patrol, I was saying that maybe Dog Pounce, the deputy, is gonna like see how the adult cats are doing and report back to Lystar in case, you know, Lystar wants one of them to mentor the new kittens, except the only adults other than Dog Pounce was Bubbling Gale and Gracewipe, who already have, you know, apprentices. And then I said that unless Dog Pounce is the one who's kind of suggesting herself as an apprentice, or not, like as a mentor, or gives feedback on the patrol. And then, for Lystar to consider her. And well, lo and behold, Lystar decided that maybe he was actually quite pleased with how that patrol went and what she reported back, because he has assigned 2 of his children to Dark Pounce, his son and his daughter. Which is very fascinating. Okay. I kind of like that. But yeah, Fake Paw and Reed Paw, I feel like when they were younger, their sister Crocus Paw looked prettier than them, but as adolescents, actually think they have prettier coats. So how fascinating is that? How fascinating. And definitely can tell apart like their eyes a lot more from when they were younger. But okay, I guess we need to dive back into events. And how many cats do we have up this time around, like that can actually go out on patrol? So we have Dark Pounce that can go with us. Bubbling Gill, Grey Swipe, Plume Stripe. Okay, so it seems as though all the mentors... All the mentors? Yes, okay, good. Oh, good. So it seems as though all the mentors can go out on patrol, thankfully. Crocus Paw, I think, can still go out on patrol. Rat Paw still can't. Rat Paw's still sick, which is unfortunate. And how's everyone doing for experience? Like, I'm just curious right now. We'll go back to the event screen, but I'm just curious about what everyone's doing with experience right now. So Midnight Paw has 15 right now. Plum Paw has 23. And Rat Paw has 12. Yeah, Rat Paw has been kind of stuck because of the sickness. And Midnight Paw has begun to surpass Rat Paw because Bubbling Gale is no longer sick and can start training her, so she's been catching up. Plum Paw is like firing on ahead. What about the youngsters here? They all have 0. These ones have 0, the newest ones, because they haven't gone out on patrols yet. Okay, so once they go out on patrols, we'll do another check and we'll see like who seems to be the most talented within this batch. So okay, let us go and check out relationships and see what's happening here. Bubbling Gale and Grey Swipe nearly got in a bloody fight. If it weren't for the intervention of a clanmate... Wait, what? I wonder what's going on there. I mean, they are the 2 mentors, so I assumed they would get along well with each other, but apparently not. Oh no! Bubbling Gale thinks Rat Paw is annoying. Oh... I wonder, I don't know, I don't think they would have gotten into a fight over Rat Paw, because that came afterwards, but I wonder if Rat Paw said something to Bubbling Gale about getting into a fight with his mentor. Like he wasn't happy about that, and so Bubbling Gale thinks he is annoying. Oh no! Guys, I think the rivalry between Plum Paw and Midnight Paw is extending to their mentors and just everyone in general, and it seems as though they're 2 completely different teams now. Dark Pounce is glad to have a clanmate-like Night Kit. Okay, that's adorable. A clanmate accuses Dark Pounce of copying one of Reed Kit's jokes. And this was before, obviously, the apprentice ceremony, it seems. Dark Pounce and Nectarrock broke up around this time. Fake Kit respects Lystar's opinion despite disagreeing with it. Okay, so I don't know if I got an indication as to who those kittens wanted as their mentors. But I guess maybe Lystar was talking to Fake Kit about who he might assign him to, and Fake Kit wasn't entirely happy with what Lystar was thinking, but, since Lystar is his father, he decided that he would respect Lystar's opinion. Lystar and Grey Swipe share little secrets about themselves. Okay. Some things have been rough for Crocus Kit lately, but Slumber Roach admires her willingness to go on. Maybe this was when Crocus Kit was, starting to maybe question herself a bit and developing some of her confidence after being a, invisible kitten in her litter almost. Slumber Roach sees Crocus Kit be kind to one of Slumber Roach's friends. Okay. Grey Swipe decides to be the bigger cat and plans to make amends with Slopefleck. Did they have a disagreement about something? I don't remember. I don't think they did. Grey Swipe and Crocus Kid debate about something interesting. They end up agreeing, which is nice. Because, this is mother-daughter. Nectarrock compliments Buttercup Kit on a skill he trained hard on. I feel like the double prophetic bloodline kittens, the youngest ones we have right now, it seems as though we've seen them quite a bit, like training with each other and upping their skills, no? So I wouldn't be surprised if that batch ended up being like a very strong batch or talented batch of warriors. Nectarok overhears Reed Kid saying something kind about him, which is very nice. And Nectarok hopes to dream of Lyastar tonight. Hold on a second. Nectarok... Guys, is Nectarok interested in Lyastar? Is that why he finally broke up with his mate? Like with Darkpounds? Because Lyastar, it's clear at this point that he and Slowflake are not getting back together. And I think for a long time, Nectarok and Darkpounds had the same problem as each other in that they didn't have anyone else to go to, so what's the point of breaking up? They kind of just stuck with the relationship. But maybe Nectarok started becoming interested in someone else, and so that's why he broke it off. Either that, or he had enough, broke it off, and then kind of started seeing Lyastar in a different light. Slowflake and Reed Kid joke around about how bad the other clans smell. Okay. Slowflake thinks Fig Kid is very helpful. Poppy Heart snaps at Crocus Kid's annoying antics. Oh no, that's not nice. Plumestripe hopes he just misheard Ratpaw's rude remark. Okay, so I guess that's kind of funny that Plumestripe and Bubbling Gale do not get along with each other. Bubbling Gale hates Plumestripe, and yet they both have the same opinion about Ratpaw being rude/annoying. Midnight Paw thinks Poppy Heart is trying to steal one of her friends. Okay. Plumepaw thinks Nightkit is annoying, or Plumpaw thinks Nightkit is annoying, which is not nice. The clan feels uneasy whenever Ratpaw and Plumpaw speak to each other. So what, do they not like each other? Wait, what? Hold on a second. Ratpaw and Plumpaw are apprenticed together to Grayswipe. And, up till this point, I thought they were decent friends. And maybe they were in the beginning, but Ratpaw has been sick recently. She's been falling really far back in her training. In fact, Midnight Paw has now surpassed Ratpaw, and I wonder if because of that, Plumpaw is starting to see Ratpaw in a different light. Like maybe she's starting to see her sister as beneath her. And Plumpaw is thinking that, Ratpaw is nothing compared to her. What was even so great about Ratpaw that their father was always much more fond of Ratpaw? So, that's not good, that's not good. I think Plumpaw's talent is getting to her head a little bit. Ratpaw, Lyastar, and Slopeflag had a nice talk while eating. Crocus, this is when they had their apprentice ceremonies at this point. So between here somewhere. Crocus Paw and Midnight Paw spend some time together and nearly forget what made them upset with one another in the first place. Fig Paw and Grayswipe have to break up a fight between their clanmates. Okay. Reed Paw is taken aback by one of Darkpounds' comments. That's not good, because I'm pretty sure Darkpounds is Reed Paw's mentor. Yeah. Reed Paw and Fig Paw's mentor is Darkpounds. Crocus Paw is with Plumestripe. So does Reed Paw not get along well with her mentor? Fig Paw doesn't say sorry when bumping into Buttercup Kit. Okay. Rain Kid and Darkpounds try to say tongue twisters. Falcon Kid and Fig Paw debate about something interesting, they end up agreeing. And finally, Night Kid is asking Poppy Heart where kids come from. Okay, that's adorable, because Night Kid is asking his mother where kids come from. And it seems as though that's all we have right now for the clan and the different cats. So obviously a lot of things between the youngsters, I think. Quite a lot of things between the youngsters. I'm getting a picture. It kind of feels a little bit, guys, like the pale kittens. So it seems as though, hold on a second, our first litter of kittens, like between Midnight Paw, Plumpaw, and Ratpaw, it seems as though this rivalry between the sisters it started as something small and it's growing into something big. And then we have the pale kittens, who I don't know about you guys, but to me it seems like this is like the rude batch. Like Liastar and Grey Swipe's kittens, Crocus Paw, Fig Paw, Reed Paw. I don't know, it seems as though they're a little bit of a troublemaking batch. They seem to be getting into like disagreements and stuff with some of the other cats or not getting along well with them. But then I could say that maybe it's, I mean, Ratpaw we know for a fact, despite being sick, has been getting into trouble with some of the other cats. But I feel like the youngest kittens, Buttercup Kit, Rain Kit, Falcon Kit, and Night Kit, they're the nice ones. They're the really like pleasant, adorable kittens. Which is strange because I'm pretty sure between Crocus Paw was really polite when she was young, Reed Paw was really sweet when she was born. So I don't know. But I kind of feel like that we're having a few disagreements between like these other cats and some of them not getting along well with their mentors, or I'm just seeing a lot of negative sort of stuff going on here, which is unfortunate. But actually the more I look at it, I think the negative stuff, hold on a second guys, sorry, I think I'm throwing Reed Paw, Fig Paw, and Crocus Paw into the bad batch, which is not the right thing to do. I think the troublemaking kittens are actually Plum Paw and Rat Paw. Yeah, I think the rivalry between the sisters is becoming more serious, and we're seeing a lot of negative interactions for Plum Paw and Rat Paw. Huh. And then I think in some of them, maybe like, the pale kittens are getting pulled into it as well. Huh. Okay. Well, good to note. Let's quickly go ahead and look at the medicine cat den to see what's going on here. Okay, Liastar, I think, got over his grief. Nectarrock was given elder leaves as treatment for sprain. Poppy Heart was given ragwort as treatment for recovering from birth. Plumestripe gazes up into Silverpelt. Okay, his grief ended. Ratpaw was given lungwort as treatment for yellow cough. Slopefly could not find any hubs this moon. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead, guys, cut the recording here. We're going to jump back in and take a look at the cat list. It is time for us to take a look at the cat list. In terms of loyalties, nothing has changed whatsoever. We still have Dog Pounce and Liastar's 3 kittens who are completely loyal to Liastar, and that is pretty much it. I checked the relationships, nothing too drastic has happened. Plumestripe still does not have any friends. I'm really hoping his apprenticeship with, or his mentorship with Crocus Paw is going to result in a good friendship, at least between him and her. I really, really hope that he does, find someone that he can make a connection with. So we have that. And I think I said I wanted to jump into the mediation screen because I wanted to study Nectarrock and Dog Pounce. So yeah, we can see that, Nectarrock, his hate for her is like really, really crazy. So I'm thinking that it was definitely Nectarrock who broke up with Dog Pounce. He's the one who broke off the relationship. Now I don't think from the looks of it, Dog Pounce is going to be like hung up over it. I think both of them from the very beginning probably felt as though the relationship was a dead one, and it just took, like, they just didn't have any motivation to move on from it. But Nectarrock, I guess he kind of reached his limits and decided to break that off. I didn't notice anything too different between, like, for Nectarrock and Liastar, I think. Let me just check. I don't think I did notice any sort of like huge change. So there is that. But let's just go ahead and see what everyone is doing for the day, guys. Liastar daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. He is still sick from his green cough, which is infectious. I swear, this dude is always sick. He has barely been a leader. I feel like for only a handful of moons, he's actually been leading, like in the very beginning and then in between, but other than that, he's spent a lot of his time being sick and just unable to do anything, and I think none of that helps with everyone's opinions of him. Like Mistar, I don't remember Mistar ever being this injured or sick, ever. He was usually always able to go out and do stuff. Dog Pounds daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. Okay, so Dog Pounds, it seems as though our leader and our deputy are basically lounging around or sleeping and dreaming together. Slopeflake is relaxing in camp. Slumber Roach took a nap in the clearing and woke up under a blanket of snow. It seems as though a lot of our cats are spending Leaf Bear just napping away. Bubbling Gale offered to stick his nose into a badger set to check if the badger is still there. Oh my goodness, Bubbling Gale. Can we not? Because this is how Armenfur died. Armenfur stuck his nose into a badger set, ended up tumbling inside into the jaws of a badger, and he died. So can we not? Because you have a responsibility with your apprentice, Midnight Paw. Preferably stay alive until Midnight Paw is an adult, please. Grace Wife is dozing off. Guys, I'm telling you, these cats, they're all just cozying up and sleeping. Poppy Heart is being begged by Fig Kit to teach him a few moves, despite Fig Kit being a kit. Except, I think that Fig Kit is now Fig Paw, Poppy Heart. Yes, Fig Kit is Fig Paw. You know what? I think Poppy Heart is actually dreaming that Fig Paw is still a kitten, and he's begging to be taught a few moves, but, you know, he's a kitten in the dream. Whereas now, he's an adolescent, so he can. Yeah, because Poppy Heart's still recovering from birth, so, you know, I think she's dreaming. Plumestripe is feeling a bit anxious after having been around so many cats at the last gathering, so he must have gone with the deputy. He's feeling a bit anxious, and it's also the first day out he's going to be having with his apprentice Crocuspaw, so I think he's a bit anxious about that as well. Midnight Paw is watching the sky for hawks. Okay, very, very observant of you, and very cautious of you. Plumpaw, I keep calling Plumpaw Plumpaw because I'm so used to, you know, Plumestripe. But no, Plumpaw is wondering if there are clans other than the ones around her area. Yes, they are, Plumpaw. Plumpaw, again. Yes, they are, Plumpaw. Maybe when you get to go to the gathering, you'll kind of see them a bit more. Ratpaw wants to train, but he's sick and he can't. He has a yellow cough, has been sick for a moon, it's infectious. I hope he really gets okay because he is falling very far behind in his training, and I think her falling behind. I think her falling behind is also making her sister, Plumpaw, look down on her. Like, it's adding to the severity of this rivalry between the sisters. Crocuspaw is planning on bringing a lot of fresh kill back from the patrol, even though she's injured. So what I'm seeing is a lot of enthusiasm from Crocuspaw, which I think will be a good balance for Plumestripe, because I feel like Plumestripe is quite, understated. Figpaw is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Reedpaw manages to convince another apprentice to play mossball instead of finishing their duties. This is funny because Reedpaw and Figpaw are both mentored to Dog Pounds, and Figpaw is a mossball hunter. He likes this kind of stuff. So I imagine if there's one thing that can distract the strict Figpaw from his duties, it's probably mossballs, and his sister, kind of, you know, the childish one who is maybe a bit more lax with these kind of things. She managed to find his weakness, and she has distracted him from his duties. Nectarock can't find a Ratpaw anywhere, and Ratpaw, he's injured, probably feeling down, and he wants to cuddle up with Ratpaw, but Ratpaw's going to stay in camp as well, and Ratpaw is Nectarock's, I think, favorite child, so there is that. Buttercup Kid is sharing tons with Bubbling Gale, which is adorable. Rain Kid is feeling gloomy. Falcon Kid wants to join the hunting patrol but can't. And Night Kid is wondering if there are clans other than the ones around her area. So Night Kid must be spending time with Plumpaw, it seems. Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems as though that's all we have for the cat list. Let me cut the recording here and we'll be back for patrols. It is time for us to check out our patrols. Now, it seems as though we have enough cats to maybe send out 2 different patrols aside from the one with the medicine cat. So we'll have to see how the mentors have decided to split the various kittens up. So I'll go ahead and do that. And also, looking at the current prey we have, we need to find food, otherwise in 2 moons' time we'll be facing starvation. For now though, it's okay. It is okay. We have enough food to feed ourselves. But okay, Slowfleck, let's send you... Oh wait, yes, he's the medicine cat. Sometimes I forget. Send you out first. The cold of leaf bit might have killed off a lot of greenery, but Slowfleck knows that the dandelions are only playing dead. If he can get his paws on a plant, the roots will still hold fresh, milky white sap. Maybe there's some wild garlic out there as well. Let's proceed. Slowfleck can't say it's fun, swiping away snow to scrounge for the stems and roots of wilted dandelions below. What matters currently is that it's possible. At least the wild garlic bulbs he sniffed out nearby were in much better shape and as stinky as ever. So he found some wild garlic and dandelion, which is really good. And now, for us to see how the patrols are going to be distributed, because this is the first time that Crocus Paw, Fig Paw, and Reed Paw are going out on patrols. So let's go ahead. So it seems we're going to have a patrol of 6 and then a patrol of 3. Okay, let's take a look. And this is what has been decided. Okay. It seems as though Plumestripe has decided she wants to stick with her apprentice. And Reedpaw, well, Grayswipe has decided that she is going to probably let Darkpounce keep both of her apprentices. So I think, yeah, the older cats more or less felt as though it was probably fair to have the 3 newest apprentices go out with their mentors. And then Grayswipe was, happy for Plumpaw. She decided she's gonna accompany these kittens, and then she was kind of happy for Plumpaw to go with Bubbling Gill and Midnight Paw instead. And Bubbling Gill decided to keep his apprentice with him. So we'll see how Plumpaw does, because we know that, there's a rivalry between her and Midnight Paw. So, okay guys, let's send our first group out on patrol and see what happens. Oh. Darkpounce wanders past an old badger set dug into the rocky hillside only to freeze. There's a new scent here, acrid and sour. They should be okay because there's 6 cats. Almondfur was on his own when he came across trouble. Proceed. The patrol brainstorms ideas, and the solution they hit upon is almost a game, batting pebbles into the set with as much force as each cat can muster. Darkpounce wins the grand prize, thwacking a pebble down into the set that causes an explosion of outraged fizzing as the badger inside is rudely awakened. Wisely, the patrol retreats back to camp. Okay, so I think this definitely would have been quite the learning experience for the new apprentices, because, they might become aware of stories in the future of Almondfur and how he died. And I imagine it's not something that's overly discussed, but when they go back to camp after this experience, maybe they'll be talking about everything they've learned, and someone is going to mention that, this isn't something to take casually, it's actually a serious lesson, because there has been a cat in the past who has died from a badger in a similar situation. Okay, and now we are sending out Plumpaw, Midnight Paw, and Bubbling Gill. So let's see how Bubbling Gill manages to handle these 2 apprentices. As the patrol gathers together to train under Bubbling Gill's leadership, Plumpaw admits she thinks she had a vision from StarClan last night. Obviously, it's Plumpaw that's trying to shine. Proceed. The patrol talks to her about whether it was a real vision as they train. So this is interesting. It seems as though Bubbling Gill is actually able to train both the kittens, or the adolescents. He has enough authority within himself to get the other 2 to listen. Whereas I remember when they went out on patrol, when the 3 sisters went out on patrol with their mother, Darkpounce, the first time around, they didn't listen to her at all. No one got anything done, and they barely learned anything. So this is good. We didn't get food, but we're not on the brink of starvation just yet. We definitely have enough to last us into the moon. But I'm curious about the experience points. So Midnight Paw has 17. It seems as though she didn't learn anything from that. Whereas Plumpaw has 25. And obviously Ratpaw has 12. Okay, so it seems as though, that's kind of interesting. It seems as though in that final patrol that went out, Plumpaw was the one actively learning from Bubbling Gill and conversing with him, so she was taking advantage of the fact that she's with another mentor and she should probably do her best to learn from the other mentor. Whereas Midnight Paw used that as an excuse to maybe hang back and not do so much. So she didn't actually learn anything from that patrol. And obviously Ratpaw is, falling far behind. from her sickness. What about the new apprentices? Who's the talented cat from the new batch? So Crocus Paw got 2 experience, and they all went out together. Figpaw got 2 and Reedpaw got 2. Okay, so far it seems as though everyone is equal. You know, Crocus Paw is confident and quick-witted, so I imagine she picks up things very quickly. Reedpaw is lax. She's childish. She likes playing around, but I think her strict brother Figpaw probably keeps her in line and kind of drags her across to the finish line. So it seems as though so far things, you know, are equal between them, but I guess we'll see as time goes on, like, whether it becomes apparent that one of them is actually more talented than the other. If I had to, you know, put my money on anyone, it would be Figpaw or Crocus Paw. I feel like one of them too, because Crocus Paw is, like I said, confident and quick-witted, and then Figpaw, he's strict. So I feel like, you know, he has the right discipline needed to make progress. So, okay guys, it seems as though that's all we have going for now. Now these guys still have quite a few moons left of their training, so we don't have to worry about that. And these youngsters, yeah, they have quite a bit left, so yeah, we don't have any births coming up. We don't have any like warrior ceremonies coming up, any apprentice ceremonies coming up in the next couple of episodes, but it's okay. We'll get to kind of see how these youngsters develop their personalities even more. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.